Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to say call Alayim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rukakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect Akim out there spreading the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth and presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice as the scriptures teach us to do. All right, shalom to the very, very few sisters that do listen up as well. I'm the brother Yar Meyer from the Great Millstone Chicago camp, basically coming back to you with another lesson. And this lesson is concerning, the mental fortitude and stability that you have to have in this truth. All right? You have to have that in this truth as a man of the Lord. And the Lord lets you know that on so many occasions, because this is not an easy thing. All right? But this is the greatest work and labor that you can ever do, and it's the greatest fight that you can ever fight to get the greatest reward that's going to ever be rewarded, known to mankind, And it's a mentality that you have to have approaching this truth. And I remember the elder apostle Gabar saying this a long time ago, man, when you come into this thing, you should really think about or read Sirach, the 2nd chapter. And from time to time, I always do it. And I'm going to go into that. But yeah, man, especially for you younger brothers out there, man, you can't be ashamed of this gospel. You can't be ashamed to defend the gospel. You can't be ashamed of your lot in the gospel. And, especially coming in at this hour, all right? Because it's not when you have learned the truth, it's that you have learned the truth. You got new brothers, that's 50. You got new brother that's 19 years old. This is the Lord bringing in his elect and gathering his flock by the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So you really got to endure in this thing. And also for the older brothers that have been around. This is it. This is it. So we always got to keep this in remembrance. This is Sirach 2:1. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. And make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end." And that's what we're waiting for. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take it cheerfully, and be patient without change to a lower state. And I always say it, man. Whether it be headache, whether it be heartbreak, whether you get fired, whether Esau pull up some slanderous bullshit on you and lock you up and persecute you. We got to understand this all for the betterment of us becoming a man of the Lord and an instrument and a vessel that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai put the calling on us to be for the gathering and the building of his body, because we're all part of the body. This ain't about us anymore. This is about the flock. That's why the scriptures say, take heed to thyself and unto the flock. All right? And whatsoever the Lord brings on you. The Apostle Paul said, I know how to base and I know how to bound. I can do all things through Yahweh Shai who strengthen me. All right. Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. You see, acceptable men. So, the 2/3, they got that laugh now, cry later spirit, and that's right. Woe to those who receive that constellation. Hey, he said that those who laugh shall mourn and weep. Yeah, they having a ball. They riding around in their little cars and shit, tricking off. Oh, Lord. Living it up. This ain't our lot to do that. Yeah, we got downtime. Yeah, we have fun, but our heart is not in this place like theirs. It's a difference, and they feel it, and you feel it. And sometimes that flesh will jump on you, and them demons will try to fucking tell you missing something. Them niggas missing salvation. We ain't missing shit. It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So we want to be acceptable. So we got to go through this to get to it. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear Yahweh, wait for this mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear Yahweh, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear Yahweh, hope for good, and everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old. Did any ever trust in Yahweh and was confounded? Or did any ever abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Exactly. And when you look through the generation of old, you got to understand that we're the prophets, and the righteous mighty men of the Lord, and the ancient warriors, all right, and the priests, all right, and you know, the men that were in the temple, you know, the porters, all those holy, righteous, royal men, the men who did the art, the men who was putting the holy garments together, you know, just, you know, keeping our traditions. We're the men that's embracing real Israelite culture right now, because we are our forefathers. And this is the time, and this is the lot where the ancient righteous man, I say all that to say this is the lot where all those ancient righteous mighty men, you know, that's documented in the scriptures, this is the time where they get their reward and their vindication. And we are in the lots of our forefathers. So the Lord ain't gonna forsake us, man. It's already written. It's predestined. It was from the beginning, before you ever read about these men. The Lord had it. Now we're living out this. Yahweh Ratazah with those men. That's why we say the hopeful elect. Because we know the men that we read about are the elect, but we hope with those men because we understand, know, and believe in reincarnation and predestination. Verse 11. As for Yahweh is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction. Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. Woe to him that is faint-hearted, destruction to him that is faint-hearted. You got to know that the Lord got you in this. For he believeth not, therefore he shall not be defended. That's why Yahweh Shah said, if you don't confess him before men, he ain't going to confess you before the Father. Nobody fight for nobody who ain't fighting for themselves, man. We fighting for the biggest cause, man. Hey, like my brother, Captain Lee, you know, in the spirit world, the brother used to say, we work for the Lord, man. We work for the big boss. You know, nigga around the corner that you could run off on. And that's true. That's true. Woe unto you that have lost patience. What will you do in the end when Yahweh shall visit you? All them niggas who fell out, dropped out, ran off, bitched off, because their girlfriend said they couldn't go out on Saturdays no more, because they wanted a better job. They felt they was missing something. Fuck them niggas, man. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah keep us. Starting with the apostles and the elders on down. They that fear Yahweh will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. They that fear Yahweh will seek that which is well-pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. So if you love the Lord, do the work. Yahweh Shah said, if you love him, feed his sheep. Love the Lord your power with all thy heart, and your neighbor as yourself. Keep his commandments. Verse 17, that's what the scriptures say. Verse 17, it says, they that fear Yahweh will prepare their heart and humble their souls in his sight. And this is a humbling process, man. The scriptures say he who humbles himself should be exalted. He who exalts himself should be humble. We getting the greatest exhortation. And we bearing the humiliation, the humility, the responsibility, and accountability that it takes to be a man that serves Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and it's an honor. Saying we will fall into the hands of Yahweh and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. So great as the Lord is, so is his mercy. This is merciful. That's why he said in Corinthians, we receive his mercy, therefore we faint not. Ain't no getting weak, man. Harder, stronger, smarter. Call Elohim Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. And to the hopeful elect, Akim out there, endure and shalom.